What's up, guys, and welcome back to my reading journey. Hope you're all doing fantastic. And today we're gonna begin a new story. It's While the After Waits. So let's do this. Promptly, at the beginning of twilight, came again to the quiet corner of that quiet small park the girl in gray. She sat upon a bench and read a book, for there was yet to come a half hour in which print could be accomplished. To repeat, her dress was gray and plain enough to mask its impeccability of style and fit. A large meshed veil imprisoned her turban head, and the face that shone through it was a calm and unconscious beauty. Through it, with a calm and unconscious beauty, she had come there at the same hour of the day previous, and on the day before that, and there was one who knew it. The young man who knew and it hovered near, relying upon burnt sacrifices to the great Joss luck. His pity was rewarded, for in turning a page, her book slipped from her fingers and bounded from bench a full yard away. The young man pounced upon it with instant avidity, returning it to its owner with that air that seems to flourish in parks and public places, a compound of gallantry and hope, tempered with respect for the policeman on the beat. In a pleasant voice, he risked an inconsequent remark upon the weather that introductory topic reasonable for so much of the world's unhappiness, and stood poised for a moment, awaiting his fate. The girl looked him over leisurely, and his ordinary neat dress and his features distinguished by nothing particular in the ways of expression. "You may sit down if you like," she said in a full, deliberate contralto. "Really, I would like to have you do so. The light is too bad for reading. I would prefer to talk." The vessel of luck slid upon the seat by her side with complacence. "Do you know," he said, speaking the formula with which park chairmen open their meetings, "that you're quite the stunningest girl I have seen in a long time. I had my eye on you yesterday. Didn't know somebody was bowled over by those pretty lamps of yours, did you, honeysuckle? Bowled over. "Whoever you are," said the girl, in icy tones, "you must remember that I'm a lady. I will excuse the remark you have just made, because the mistake was, doubtless, not an unnatural one in your circle. I ask you to sit down. If the invitation must constitute me your honeysuckle, consider it withdrawn." "I earnestly beg your pardon," pleaded the young man. His expression of satisfaction had changed to one of penitence and humility. "It was my fault, you know. I mean, There are girls in parks, you know. That is, of course, you don't know, but abandon the subject, if you please. Of course, I know. Now, tell me about these people passing and crowding each way along these paths. Where are they going? Why do they hurry so? Are they happy? The young man had promptly abandoned his air of conquetry, conquetry, conquetry. His cue was now for a waiting part. He could not guess the role he would be expected to play. It is interesting to watch them, he replied, postulating her mood. It is the wonderful drama of life. Some are going to supper, and some to other places. One wonders what their histories are. I do not, said the girl. I'm not so inquisitive. I come here to sit because here only can I be near the great common throbbing heart of humanity. My part in life is cast where its beats are never felt. Can you surmise? Why I spoke to you, Mr. Parkenstacker, supplied the young man. Then he looked eager and hopeful. No, said the girl, holding up a slender finger, and smiling slightly. You would recognize it immediately. It is impossible to keep one's names out of print, or even one's portrait. This whale and this hat of my maid furnished me with an incog. You should have seen the chauffeur stare at it when he thought I did not see. Candidly, there are 5 or 6 names that belong in the Holy of Holies. And mine, by the accident of birth, in one of them. I spoke to you, Mr. Steckenpot. Parkenstacker, corrected the young man modestly. Mr. Parkenstacker, because I wanted to talk for once with a natural man, one unspoiled by the despicable gloss of wealth and supposed social superiority. Oh, you do not know how weary I am of it. Money, and of the men who surround me, dancing like little marionettes, all cut by the same pattern. I am sick of pleasure, of jewels, of travel, of society, of luxuries, of all kinds. I always had an idea, ventured the young man, hesitantly, that money must be a pretty good thing. A competence is to be desired, but when you have so many millions that... She concluded the sentence with a gesture of despair. It is the monotony of it, she continued, that palls. Drives, dinners, theaters, balls, suppers, with the gliding of superfluous wealth over it all. Superfluous wealth. Sometimes the weary tinkle of the ice in my champagne glass nearly drives me mad. Mr. Parkenstacker looked ingenuously interested. I have always liked, he said, to read and hear about the ways of wealthy and fashionable folks. I suppose I'm a bit of a snob, snob. But I like to have my information accurate. Now I had formed the opinion that champagne is cooled in the bottle and not by placing ice in the glass. The girl gave a musical laugh of genuine amusement. Genuine. You should know, she explained in an indulgent tone, that we of the non-useful class depend for our amusement upon departure from precedent. Just now, it is a fad to put ice. Fad. To put ice in champagne. The idea was originated by a visiting prince of Tartary while dining at the Waldorf. It will soon give way to some other whim, just as at a dinner party this week on Madison Avenue, a green kid glow was laid by the plate on each guest to be put on and used while eating olives. I see, admitted the young man humbly. This special, the versions of the inner circle do not become familiar to the common public. Alright, guys, the dialogue continues. We're gonna finish this story tomorrow. It's not a big one. So thank you for joining me today and see you tomorrow. Bye.